Hi y'all, welcome back to the channel. It says I'm live, assuming I'm live. This is a weekly live show I do. I talk about a little bit of tech hardware, mainly for the comments or the questions left in my videos over the week. Just a little disclaimer. I do drink me a cold Budweiser while I do the show. I hope that don't offend many of you. And as far as the tech news goes, it was a little bit scarce today, so I picked up a few things that I found that ran across, which I have some pretty big complications technically. I ended up having to redo my operating system and everything. It'll be alright. I think the stream's going to be doing okay. It says it's excellent, so I think we'll be alright. Uh, First thing we're going to cover today. First thing we're going to be talking about is the AMD trouts out an overclockable Athlon processor with Vega graphics for $50. This comes to us from PC Gamer. All the links in the two articles I want to be covering today, the links will be in the description if you guys want to look them up and see everything that's going on. Now, this is an Athlon, which comes off of older processors, or the name does, anyways. It is an AM4 processor. It's a dual core with hyperthreading. It's overclockable. Why would you want to overclock a dual core? I have no clue. As far as the Vega graphics, it comes with Vega 3 graphics, which, if you're looking to get into PC gaming, this is a valuable option. I mean, you can get up playing at 1080p low settings, 720p high settings, if you want to on something like this. And if you're on a real tight budget to fill in until you save up a little bit more money, me personally, I wouldn't go with anything less the 3200G right now or the 2200G because they give you a lot better performance than what this would give you. But for a $50 processor, you can't expect a whole lot from it. And it's only $50, so it will get you up and going. I was actually doing some research and watching some other guys on this processor. It actually does pretty good for what it is. It is only two cores, four threads, like I mentioned. And depending on your setup, your motherboard, cooling, and whatnot, it is overclockable. So you could do a little bit. I mean, dual core, four threads today, gaming is. I mean, you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel to be able to do kind of gaming on. But it can handle some. Like I said, it's only a $50 processor, so it comes in reasonably cheap. And the good thing is you can use this to get you up and going. And then, if you find out you have more money down the road or whatever, you want to upgrade this thing. It is an AM4 processor, so you can go all the way up to Ryzen 9 if you want to. When you get the money. Uh, so it's be a good little storage point. Now, why they make this thing overclockable, it's questionable in my opinion. But they did make it overclockable, where the 2200G and the 2400G, the Ryzen 3 and Ryzen 5 was overclockable. The older Athlon, what are they, 2200? The older Athlons that they came out with first gen wasn't overclockable. It was a dual core with four threads, but they wasn't overclockable. This one they made overclockable. So that's about all I have on that one for today. The next thing. Now, how they come up with this, I do not know. This is from Tom's Hardware, which, just like the other one, link will be in the description if you want to look at these. This is the Black Friday tech deal. Black Friday's almost a week away yet. Still 6 days a week. Still 6 days away. And how they're coming up with these prices for Black Friday deals beyond me. I don't know what Black Friday deal was going to hit, but there are some pretty good savings if they're right on what they're saying on these deals. Yeah, like the EVGA 2060, it was 360 now, 369, and now you can get it for 289. It's pretty good deals. I mean, the LG 34 curved ultra wide IPS monitor was $800. Now they're looking for 24. Like I said, I don't know how they come up with these prices with still being a week away. Here's one that interested me. The Ryzen 7 2700X 8-core processor was 329. Now it's $189. That one kind of interests me because I'm looking to upgrade my CPU. Since I've been doing this live streaming, my processor is definitely hitting 100% most of the time. I think it has a lot of effect on how my streams have been doing. So I've been looking at upgrading to the 2700 or 2700X. So that's pretty good savings. It kind of hits home with me because that's kind of where I'm thinking at. I mean, they got all kinds of deals down here. Here's a 3700X. It was 329. Now it's 304. That that's pretty good savings. Power supplies. Everybody knows power supplies is pretty expensive right now. Their RMX 850 for one was 149. Now it's down to 129. You may want to take some of these with a grain of salt because I think they're kind of estimating what they're going to be, unless they got an inside source saying what they're going to be on Black Friday. The 9600K, which is a good gaming processor, was 279. Now it's down to 194. That's a decent savings. Of course, everybody knows Black Friday is a good time to be buying computer components. There's another one that kind of interested me was the AMD Ryzen 5 2600, which is 199 and is now 109. That's about $90 saving on that one. I mean, second gen. It's still 6 core, 8 thread. 3.9 gigahertz CPU. Saving $90 on that one. That's a pretty good deal. Then they have a Asus Dual RX 2080 with 729. Now it's down to 600, 599. That's I mean, Black Friday is usually a pretty good time to do your shopping if you're gonna be building a system anytime soon. Um, CPUs is what's really hit me, and it's because it's hitting me home. It's hitting home with me just due to the fact that that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking to upgrade my CPU for better streaming. Streaming. Speaking of that, let's pull up my performance here and see what we're doing. Okay, CPU's hitting 34, 32%. Memory's hitting 7 gigs. That ain't too bad. But whenever I try to do my live streaming and the gameplay, my CPU's usually hitting 100% usage. I'm running the 2400G, which is 4 cores, 8 threads, and it just ain't quite enough power for me. Even just doing this live stream, it's telling me sometimes I need to pick a faster encoder, and when it tells me that, and I look into my task manager, my CPU's hitting 100%. So I think that may be my big bottleneck in my live streams. So I'm gonna be upgrading my processor pretty soon. That's why I was looking at these deals that Tom's Hardware came up with, because I'm looking at the 2600, 2700, maybe the 3600. 2700 and the 3600 is running about the same price. But I think the 2700 would do me better because it's got more cores and more threads over what the higher IPC would be. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Leave it in the comments if you're watching this after it goes live when you're watching live now. Let me know what you think. But I think the 2700 would be the better option for me, even though they're both going about the same price right now. But you can go check out this article if you like. and you can go see what kind of deals you're looking for and what kind of savings they got listed, depending on what you're looking to buy this holiday season. If you're building your own rig, if you're looking to build a rig for somebody else, Black Friday is usually a pretty good time to deals. And then you have Cyber Monday coming up too, which usually they're just about the same as a Black Friday deal, or even a little bit better. It is Cyber Monday, so we will, you know, time will tell on this, but I think they're pretty good deals. That's why I kind of brought it up for today because it does hit home with me. Activation, yeah, go away. All right, let's see what we got in the comments for this week. I don't have much for the. I have much for comments or questions this week. Um, okay, Stress underscore 6 days ago. Well, I done answered him. It's a great build. I have chose to do the motherboard as well, but I am unsure if it supports M.2 SSDs. Do you know if they have where the slots is located at? And he's commented on the Cooler Masterbox Q300L build guide, which that build had the same motherboard on it that I'm using, which is the Gigabyte B450M DS3H motherboard. And it does support M.2 SSDs. Let's see if I can get a picture of it pulled up here. If I can get a picture of it pulled up here, I'll show you exactly where that slot is located at. DS3H. Okay, here we go. I guess it'd help if I'd flip you guys around here. There we go. This thing actually kind of surprised me when I bought my 660p. It actually does support the 660p as a boot device, which some motherboards do, some motherboards don't support that as a boot device. But if you look right underneath the CPU, right above the x16 slot for your graphics card, right there's your M.2. And it does support the M.2. It also supports NVMe. If you're looking at a motherboard and you're unsure of this, slide down here to the specifications of it and go down to let's see, where is it listed at? Storage devices, right there. Storage devices times one. There's only one on it. M.2 connector. Socket 3MT. The length this supports, okay. PCI. Right here's the important part. The PCIe 3 times, or the 3.0 times 4 SSD, which means that is an NVMe drive, so it will support a. It does have the M.2 connector on. It does support the PCIe 3.0 times 4, which is an NVMe drive, which will get you up to, if I'm remembering right, I think it's like 10 times faster than a SATA drive, and it's like 35 times faster than what a standard what a 7200 RPM hard drive would get. So yeah, it does support it, and I showed you where the slot was located. Again, the slot's located right between the CPU and the graphics card. This ain't the best location for these, because they do like to stay cool, like your RAM, just like your VRMs, just like your processor, just like your graphics card. But it's located in one of the hottest spots of motherboard, basically because you have the CPU right here, you have the graphics card located right here, and all that heat, is right over top of your M.2, and your M.2 likes to stay cool, which, if you stick with the stock heat sink, the air blows down over your CPU and pushes out the sides. So it will warm it up a little bit more, but yeah, that there is where the M.2 is located. And like I said, it even the 660p from Intel got the QVL memory on it, and this thing even supports it, which is pretty impressive. I didn't even check that before I bought mine. I bought it and slapped it in out already. Alright, so there's that one answer. David O. This board come pre-installed with the Ryzen 3000 BIOS. That was a comment on how to update the B450 DS3H motherboard BIOS for the Ryzen 3000 processor. And yeah, David O, if you're buying new, these motherboards usually do. If you look on the box, a lot of them will tell you it's Ryzen 3000 ready, which I don't know if they got this one updated or not. But if you buy new, the motherboards are shipping now with the BIOS for the 3000 series processors. Maybe you could ask Newegg or Amazon or whoever you want to order it from. Ask them and make sure that it's going to ship with them. If not, AMD does send you an Athlon to where you can update your BIOS, and you have to send it back. That's a little bit of a pain, but if it don't, and if you find new, I don't see where it wouldn't be, because Ryzen 3000 series has been out for a while, so you should have. So it should come with the 3000 BIOS on it. And if not, they do, AMD will send you an Athlon process, older Athlon process, update your BIOS, and you have to send it back. Or check with a local computer shop. Most of the time they'll do it for free or low cost. So, it gives you a couple options. But yeah, it should come with Ryzen 3000 BIOS. I just check with the seller to make sure you get one of the newer ones. It does come with it. Let's see here. Reborn Chico Gaming. Thanks a lot in advance for this. You're the only one making videos about this motherboard. I was told to buy an MSI Mortar B450M because it has a better BIOS, better VRM, and more stable OC. The MSI boards are really expensive here in the Philippines. However, I am skeptical about the BIOS software stability on the Gigabyte boards. I feel that I might mess up the update. I am planning on building a Ryzen 3 3400G budget rig this Christmas. Well, BIOS on the Gigabyte boards has always been a little sketchy. Um, I ain't gonna deny that fact. But I have updated mine. I've updated, the last couple builds that I've done with this motherboard. I've updated them and I haven't had no problem. Main thing, if you're going to be updating the BIOS, middle of the BIOS, you want to make sure you don't lose power. It's the main thing. If you have to plug it into USP. I think that's what they call it. I don't know. Up to power supply. That way it can at least finish the BIOS update before down. Um, if you don't have one of them, make sure your power company don't plan on cutting power anytime soon. You should be pretty good with the BIOS up. The as far as the VRMs go, you're looking at a B450 motherboard. They don't have the best power delivery on them. If you're looking at, you're mixing it with a 3400G, so your VRMs really don't play a big part in it. mean, you can even go with an A320 motherboard if you're running it for the graphics. Don't plan on doing a lot of overclocking. Should be alright even with something like that. You know, I mean, uh, stable overclocks. You know, I can get mine up to 4.0 on all cores all the time and run stable. You know, the B450 ain't really made. I mean, they do overclock, but they ain't really made to do a whole lot of heavy overclocking. I mean, if you're looking at better overclocking boards, I'd go with like an X470 motherboard. Personally, they'll have the better RVMs or the better VRMs. Um, you know, in the B450, well, a cutback version of X470, which means most of your power delivery ain't gonna be there for your overclocking, but you can overclock on them. Now, you ain't gonna get a whole lot out of them, but you'll get some over. Um, let's see here. The next one, Sky Gamer, just says thanks, man. And he did the how to update your BIOS on the Gigabyte B450 DS3H motherboard. You're welcome, Sky Gamer. I'm glad. I hope that BIOS update did what you needed to do, and it worked out all right for you. Like I said, updating the BIOS, it is a little bit of a scary thing. Main thing is, get into the BIOS, put your flash drive into the USB port. They'll tell you that it ain't compatible or whatever. So it's kind of hard to mess them up. The only way to really mess them up is if you lose power. It's the main thing with updating your BIOS. Um, but if your system's running good and you don't plan on upgrading anytime soon, I recommend updating the BIOS because of the memory compatibility, especially with Ryzen, because they are awful picky about the RAM. Um, but if your system's running good, I don't see much sense in updating your BIOS unless you want to go to the second generation of Ryzen, which is 3000 series. Then you're gonna have to update your BIOS. As far as being afraid of doing it, it ain't that big of a deal to me. Of course, I've been doing this for quite a while. I ain't tell you how long, because I tell you how old I really am, and I don't like that. But anyways, you know, updating your BIOS shouldn't be that scary of a thing anymore. Back in the day when I started working on computers, it was a lot touchier than what it is now. So yeah, it's the BIOS update shouldn't scare you too bad. I hope not. But it looks like I just had one come in here recently, 30 minutes ago. Crack tutorials. Thanks for the video. Dropped you a sub. That was on overclocking the Ryzen 5 2400G on the Gigabyte B450M DS3H. Well, thanks for the sub. I hope you enjoyed the video. You're more than welcome. I hope it does alright for you. I hope you get that CPU that you're running in that motherboard up to where you need it to be. But alright, if nobody else has any more questions for the day, which looks like I'm the only one watching, maybe one other person's watching. That's probably going to end up doing it for the day. I got a lot to do. I got video coming up this week that I got to get finished. I got to finish video in it, and I still got to Still gotta get it edited out, I gotta upload it, and I gotta come up with a title and a thumbnail and all that good happy stuff for that one yet. I still got a lot of work to do yet this morning. If nobody else got any questions for me in the comments, I think I'm gonna cut it off a little bit early today. Just like I have the last couple of weeks. The more questions come in or more comments come in, the longer these videos will probably be. I really don't like doing the tech news too much because I can't get my hands on the product, so I really can't give you full reviews on it. But anyways, if you stumble across this video and you've made it through to this far, give me a like, give me a dislike if you didn't like it. There's that comment section. I'll be live again next week, same time, same place, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be here answering the comments. Like to, and you like what you've seen on the channel so far, my channel is kind of based around. I try to stick within the budget that most people's looking at when I do my builds and when I do my videos. I try to keep them where they're affordable for most people. I'm not one of these big YouTubers that get everything handed to me. I don't get, products gave to me. So everything you see on my channel, I bought out of my own pocket or out of the company's pocket, I should say. So you ain't gonna see the real new stuff, but I try to keep it moderate enough to, like I don't go any older than 6th-gen processor cell. I don't go nothing older than AM4 processor, just because of the backwards compatibility. So I try to keep my builds and the other information that I give out on the channel up to date somewhat, at least for a video or for memory. And if you like this kind of content and like to see more of it, I don't do the pre-built systems. I don't do DDR3 memory systems. I don't do 4th-gen systems that's going to be outdated where you have to change the whole platform out, where you have to spend the bigger money to even upgrade it. I like to keep my systems where they're somewhat upgradable, compatible with the newer technologies. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. There's that comment section down there. If you have a question or a comment or a concern about what I'm doing or why I do what I do, put it down there and I'll cover it next week in the live video. Till then, you all have a good day. I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream, whatever the situation may be. Y'all have a good day.